Alright, okay, now we're live on YouTube. Fire. Set that up. All we're waiting for now is a simple pullback and then a momentum candle in the original direction of the trend. We'll look to get in. Plain and simple trade. You guys know how we do it. Stupid, simple. That's all we're waiting for now. That's all we're waiting for. But more than just one pullback candle, we want to see at least like 2 pullback candles. If this candle also gives us a black candle, that'll be better. You gotta stay patient for that A+ setup. Gotta wait until we get that opportunity to strike. I'm expecting probably get like a strong drop and then move up candle, momentum candle. And then we'll get the play right there. But we'll see if we get that. Just a very slow grind up. There we go. Dump more. Give us more dump. I'm not going to take it off this trade because the bottom wick is too big. Even though we got 2 pullback candles, it's barely even a second pullback candle. Yeah, very slow grind up on this uptrend. Oh, just give us a pullback, bruv. There you go. Why are you teasing us? You don't have to tease us like that. Alright, literally the same thing as the previous. This is the exact same 3 candles as the previous 3 candles. What in the world, bro? Literally picture perfect copy paste. Give us an actual pullback. We don't have news at 10 a.m. today, so we're fine. We don't have to skip trading around there. But hopefully we do get a big move around that time to push us into a pullback or even another move up. Either one, I don't really care. Pull back. There we go. There's a pullback. Already a little too big of a bottom wick. Doesn't look good. If we get that momentum candle on the next candle, that'll be probably a fire play. There we go. Small bottom wick. Take it back. Not good indeed. Still get a play off this momentum candle. Just don't know if I want to enter because we have 10 a.m. in like a few seconds. Yeah, that candle did not form good for a momentum. There we go. We might get off this play. Potentially. Potentially, if we can hold this. If we can hold this, I'm in. Alright, I'm in. I'm in right here. 1 to 1. Literally the previous high. Let's see how it does. Are getting stopped out or take profit? Now we just let it play out. Let it do its thing. Alright, we had that move up. Alright, stopped out. Looks like we're out of that trade. Quick loss. We're out of that trade. Hey, bro, as long as we're out quick, that's totally fine. Follow all the rules, we're out of that trade. Done with that. Still looking for more opportunities though. Calm a loss, but a good reset. Yeah. I mean, we've had good win streak in the we've had a really good win streak. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not been like bad at all. This is also kind of a valid move to take it off of, but I don't like how we're just downtrending a little bit. Off of this, honestly. I guess could take a second trade off of this if you want, but I'm personally staying out of it. It's not really like ideal price action. What do you think was the mistake in this losing trade? I think there was no mistake, Layla. I personally don't think there's any mistake, right? Because if you hear what I preach a lot, I always preach about how the trading is like understanding probabilities. So every strategy has a set amount of like valid losses, right? Just like every strategy has a set amount of valid winners, right? Win rate and when there's a win rate, there's also a loss rate, right? If I have a 65 or 70% win rate, that means I have a 30% loss rate. I'm gonna lose about 30 out of 100 trades on average. And we've been on a really solid win streak, so I'm not like upset or anything about having a loss on the way. Right, you just gotta make sure you follow all of your rules to the exact T so you can take advantage of those probabilities. Or if I know my strategy has a 70% win rate with a, on average, 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, that's profitable. But there are losses that come with that strategy. Did you copy trade? Yes, I copy trade here. Let me show you guys how much I lost. Okay. For some reason it didn't enter off of like one of my accounts. We're down 513 per account right now. We're on like 500 per account right now. So that's where we're sitting at. I was in with one con, lost 285. Yeah, I lost double that, basically. So I was in with 2 cons. Yeah, I took it with 2 cons. Because we were like having a very slow grind up. We had to move down. We had 10 o'clock news on this candle. Not 10 o'clock news, but it was a 10 o'clock candle. It's a Monday. So like not really the best type of setup, but yeah. So we'll mark that out. But already has generational wealth, so don't care about losses. We're also understanding the strat 10 times better. That's fire. I want to risk 500, so I'll start going in with 2 cons. Yeah, you could, because these trades are like more 1-to-1, so you're not like risking 300 to make like 1,000. So you can go a little heavier on the risk side. Because this strategy also has a above 50% winner, so you're gonna see more winners than losses. A lot of people say don't trade on Mondays. I mean, the only reason they say that is because Mondays usually we have low volatility. Most of the time, usually it's low volatility, and we don't really get that many trend plays. Notice on Mondays you either not trade or take a loss. Got insert info again. Go short 100 points. How about you go short on your combine for 100 points, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, we in with max cons. Okay, we'll see. Hey, yo, what? Alright. Nah, bro, I just dumpied. Oh, well, it's back to where it was anyways. Yeah, we're very choppy right now. I'm not looking to take any more momentum plays unless we break above this high. Or we break out of this zone. We did kind of break out of the zone, so. Yeah, now that we're all the way down here, I'm going to need a strong momentum candle to look for a bullish play. Actually, I'll be back. I'm going to get a tissue. I'll be back. And we're back. Alright, no momentum candles yet. But we are doing a pretty strong retracement. We're gonna need a strong momentum candle the size of literally this candle right here for us to look for another play. But yeah, I'm very happy with this loss. Like, it was a very good setup. Only thing I didn't like is how we didn't have it at this point where we were doing a strong up move and then we had this strong surge down like I told you guys that we could potentially see. And then we got that play. Right? Still a very valid play. You guys see the momentum candle. That shit had like no wicks to the bottom, just a very small top wick. And the body was stronger than all the bodies of the candles prior. Entered off that 1-to-1 was the target, which also lined up with the previous high. And we got stopped out. Right? It is what it is. Everything was in play. Holding above it for a while. MA line was sloping up. Uptrend price action. Like, perfect. But you just can't win them all. Yeah, Top Step X is solid because you can, like, literally put the charts on the... Or put the orders in the chart. Just like how you put the fries in the bag, you put the orders on the chart. Put the orders in the bag. You put the fries in the bag. Yo, we need to get you away from putting the fries in the bag. Gotta get you out of putting fries in the bag. Yeah, we're way too far back down for me to look for momentum play. Because we literally fell below the moving average line for a little bit over here, right? Or else I would have entered off this candle right here. Targeting the previous high would have been diabolical. I might have just went for this one right here. If this candle didn't fall below this moving average line, if we didn't fall all the way back down here. It's a very, very like high risk trade. Like if you guys want to enter off this, if you guys did enter off this candle, make sure you did really like because it's very high risk. But that's why I like momentum candles. Shows you strength. If we want to look for another play, we're going to have to see this pump up pretty hard and then pull back again. But we'll see if we get that. Oh my god, the worst, bro, if you guys didn't see my TikTok, the worst feeling is literally when you start to feel your throat getting really dry. Every time you swallow, you know that sore throat is building up. And then you're about to have a sick coming few days. Hopefully it just disappears. I hate being sick, bro. Same, bro. It's the worst. It's like a pause in your life for like a few days. It like makes you have to stop your life for a few days. Finally got over my shit. Yeah, I'm just getting old. I'm just getting on it. Last night I'm like eating food and I'm drinking water and I start seeing my throat. I'm like, alright, why is it starting to feel like itchy in the back of my throat every time I swallow? And then I'm like, let's just parade this. I wake up and it's gone, but it's not. Hopefully it's not there for that long. Take vitamin D, really get sick. I have a D3 and K2, but I don't take it that often. Will that get the job done too? Alright, Amir. You wish you got that vitamin D. Need often? Okay, I'll probably start taking it. I'll at least take it today after like breakfast or something. Amir, I'll literally ban you right now. Literally disappearing. Alright, you're done. I should have banned in 10 minutes to go off. It's good having you here, bro. But yeah, this trade was a very high risk trade. Not looking to take that because we also fell below the moving average line. Off this momentum candle, targeting over here. If you say sorry, I'll take off the ban. All I have to say is sorry and I'll take off the ban. And it's 10:15. Yeah, only one trade today for me, guys. This was the next high risk trade. So is this one, but like I didn't like the price action. But this is pretty much the only trade, A+ trade that we saw today. But that momentum candle did start that next move up though, right here. Almost back at these previous highs. Pretty crazy. Alright, let's get the TikTok live ready. Life story of a graduate university student made roughly 1,500 a month, and here I'm learning trade for someone years younger than me. I mean, Layla, there's literally, I look at people younger than me and I see them making more than me. I'm like, wow, these guys started way before me and they're making more than I did, and I probably started late, right? It's all like a perspective. If I go Top Step X, do I need Trading View? Yeah, I don't think you need Trading View because Top Step X is like built in. Which that's pretty sick. Top Step X lets you view the lower time frame charts, like second charts as well. It's kind of fire. Alright, let's put some bangers and then we'll get the TikTok live ready. Lockout feature is the best for Top Step X. What is it? Isn't it a lockout for like max like loss or something? It locks right after you make a max loss. Or is it like max number of trades? It can be made auto or you lock yourself for the day, saving a few times. Yeah, it's a pretty handy feature, I'm not gonna lie. But alright. Let's hope TikTok doesn't hate us today. I added for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice on my screen. So let's hope TikTok doesn't just decide to not like us today. Nah, Amir, why are you speaking that into existence? Nah, L, homie. L hater. No, I need a hate chat for Amir now. Alright. We are live on the TikTok. Let's make sure let's make sure everything plays. The audios are set up properly. Alright, my microphone works. Okay. Alright, I'll make sure the music's playing too. On there. Here's a link for you guys to join. If you guys want to join on your phones, link to the TikTok live stream, the trading chat. Let me put in the trading chat too for those of you guys who want to join. Alright. Bet. Yes, I took the same loss. There's W loss. Hey, Rita. Nah, you've been taking the same trades as me. That's fire. You take the same trade. That's fire. You're getting down. You're definitely getting down the strategy in that case. Like, if you're taking those same trades back to back, or similar trades, it's not always the same. But yeah, I took the same trade too. Off this momentum candle. The idea behind this was, all right, we're having uptrend price action in the recent past price action. We fell back below the moving average for a while, and if you guys don't know, we use the moving average line as a indication for categorizing the recent price action and telling us what direction is price moving on average. If this thing is sloping up, we're leaning towards bullish. If it's sloping down, we're leaning towards bearish. Okay, in this case, it was sloping up, so we're leaning towards bullish, and we're also making higher highs and higher lows, and we're also holding above the moving average line for a while. Those are like the three key indications for me to take a bullish trade. Okay, we had all three of those. Enter on the candle closure of a momentum candle after a pullback of an uptrend, and then put our stops to the low of it. Target was the previous swing high. Ended up getting stopped out. It is what it is. We took one loss. I think the same trades sometimes I take one more than you didn't take. Yeah, Rita, there are sometimes more than like one valid trade in a day. More than one valid trade in a day. Yeah, Rita's been using, he doesn't copy trade me lately. He's been using his own like trading, but like copying my style. Zero Hearts family, fix it. W Layla, let's get it. But that being said, really, really good day today. I'm happy with today's analysis and today's performance. Didn't force any setups. We didn't overtrade. We followed the strategy, followed the rules, took the trades we're supposed to, aligning with the strategy, and took a loss. It is what it is. There's always valid losses that align with the strategy. That's one thing you guys need to understand, is that every strategy is going to lose. There's not something to learn from every loss, right? Some losses are just part of the strategy. When you try to learn something from certain losses, that's when you might end up setting yourself back, because you might tweak your actually profitable strategy because you're thinking that a loss that you took is something that needs to be fixed or something needs to be changed to improve it, right? Because like, it's impossible for us to maintain a 100% win rate. Why would we try to force and win every single trade? Doesn't make any sense. Okay? So when you guys are taking your trades, always just follow your rules that you've tested. And if you guys don't know what rules, odds of your edge exactly, right? An edge isn't 100%. An edge is a small advantage over the market where you're essentially the house in the market. Just like the casino is the house in the gambling world that has an edge over the players over a large run. The players sometimes hit a jackpot and win, but the casino, what does it do? It still milks the players over a large number of trades, or a large number of games. The same concept can be applied to trading, right? You want to be the house in that world, but in the trading world. Have that small edge over the market in the long run. That's what you want to maintain. And how do we get that? First, backtest your profitable strategy. Find rules that work in the past that have shown over a large number of trades that have been profitable. Okay, follow those exact rules in the live market. Okay, practice it on demo. Make sure you're not making any stupid mistakes when you're trying to follow it. And practice it more after you transition from demo. Practice it on a funded account. Okay, go like with some risk on the line. Then use those. Monitor your performance. You're probably going to make some emotional mistakes because you're not going to be perfect, but learn from those mistakes and improve. Improve from those emotional mistakes, those FOMO mistakes, and then make sure you're executing your edge, executing your strategy as a logical, with as much logic as possible and minimal emotion. And then from there, it's all about saying, okay, is my risk management right? Am I properly sizing into my trades? What's going wrong? Price action, yeah, it wasn't the best today, Steezy. We just ended up taking the trade and we lost. We broke our green streak. I think we had like a four or five trade green streak. But yeah, it's really good performance over the past, like, since 2025 so far. Very happy with the way we traded. All we got to make sure is we're following the rules. That's it. No trades for you today. Am I trading crypto? No, Trevor. We're trading NQ, the Nasdaq 100 futures. I day trade the futures market. That's what I do. Been my bread and butter over the past like few years, and that's what I teach: how to day trade crypto. Right? I think it's the best market for traders to get into. Reason being is you're able to develop a skill that you're able to practice and use and leverage every single day, right, on the markets. Doesn't mean make money every single day, just like me. We lost money today. But, let me put my PN on the screen so you guys can see how much we lost, actually. I gotta show y'all the losses, right, guys? You gotta be transparent with it. So, I don't know why our first didn't get taken, but we ended up losing 500 per account today. Finally got funded, bro. First week funded. Let's get it. Fire, Michael. Let's get it. W. I remember you were telling me you were you're waiting for your PA, or you're waiting to get funded. Bro, still waiting for my payout. Should have went with Wise. Yeah, Wise is faster. Do you have a girlfriend you've met offline? I don't have a girlfriend right now. No, I'm single. I am single. That's so specific. Offline. Do you think I'll have an online girlfriend or something? Which prop are you trading on? So I trade Apex Trader Funding. That's what I trade, and I copy trade 5 accounts. Shocking. Hey yo. Wasn't on charge today. Looks like I'm lucky. Yeah, I ended up taking 1 loss today. Both single and ready to mingle. Alright, Manny. I thought you was married to Darrow. Oh yeah, secret lover Darrow. Secret lover Darrow. For me, it gets approved usually within the same day, or like literally the same day, or like 1 to 2 business days max, and it hits the bank literally a few days later. in a few days. Like the other time I got approved on March 3rd, and I think I got sent like March 7th or something. Are you taking another trade? Nah, we only got one trade today, guys. We only trade the first 45 minutes of market open, but that's about it, right? We only took one trade today. We had an amazing green streak over the past few weeks. Amazing, not only green streak, we ended up having like very few losses in there, but I think I had about like an 80% win rate over the past like 3 weeks or something. You got approved, just waiting for my bank. Yeah, you're good, Traffic. It'll hit it. Just give it time. I know you're just sitting there waiting for it to just. You're refreshing to make sure it goes there, hits it. Yeah, it's 4 days. Very nice. I want to buy one from Midmix too. Which accounts do you have? So I always recommend the 50K account. It's the best bang for your buck. That's what I always go with. You should try to trade PM session. Why, Manny? Why do you say that? That'd be catfishing on Roblox, a 12-year-old. Alright, what in the world are you saying, Amir? Bro's literally gonna get me banned. So every pay how much you put away for taxes. So I don't spend that much, Michael. Like, you'd be surprised. But I try to keep like at least like half of it set aside for taxes, just for like rare cases. Like always keep like 50%. Trade No, we don't trade. I don't trade. I do Trade but I don't trade on Trade right? I did the Trade option for Apex, but I don't trade on Trade I only do. I used to use Trade but then I switched over to Ninja Trader and used their copy trader. And I like the Ninja Trader software a lot better than Trade personally. Never heard of that. Love the discipline, man. Something I'm lacking, bro. I can't see it. I gotta make it back and end up. Jeremy, that's good thing that you know like at least what your mistake is, right? As long as you can understand your mistake, that's the first part. The second part is building the habit of breaking that mistake, right? And how do we do that? We make sure we limit ourselves to taking the best trades every day. How do we do that? Tell ourselves that, okay, we only take 1 to 3 trades a day on average, no matter what happens. All right. Also, another good thing you can do for yourself is implement a max loss. For example, if you notice that after, for example, 2 losing trades, your performance goes down the drain, or after losing around like $800 on the day, you ended up like taking random trades, then set that as a max loss for yourself, and then don't trade anymore, right? Get off the charge, stop trading, and that's about it. Can I just trade on TradeView with the TradeOvate account? Yes, Kareem, you can do that as well. That's also the benefit of trading with TradeOvate, is that you can also trade with Ninja Trader, or if you want to trade directly on TradingView, you can do that as well. Right? That's like 2 big advantages you can do. What's good, Mayo? So hard leaving after a loss. Unknown. I'm gonna be honest with you. At some point, sometime it gets to a point where you're just like, all right, if I just try to force myself to go back to green after taking a loss, I'm gonna end up losing more money. Or I can't try to turn my red into a green. I have to accept that losses are part of the game, and that this is my tuition that I have to pay to the market. Just like you have to pay tuition when you go to college, this is the tuition you have to pay to the market, right? Every strategy has its losses and its winners, right? A profitable strategy doesn't mean a only winning strategy. It means that it wins, but it loses here and there too, right? It's just profitable, meaning it has a slight advantage over the large run. The best example I can give is imagine a casino. A casino has a slight advantage over the players in the long run, right? But there are times where the players take a lot of money, or maybe one day the casino might have some losing streak on like one of their games where the player is able to like hit back to back. But the casino isn't like afraid and trying to like change up how their games work. They keep it the same and keep using it because they know that they have that edge long term, right? And that's what you guys have to do. You guys have to find your strategy, backtest it, make sure you have a profitable backtested strategy, and then see that, okay, I have for example, 70% win rate with a 1 to 2 RR. That means I'm profitable, right? 70% win rate. What does that mean? 30% loss rate. People don't look at that, but it's a 30% loss rate, meaning on average, you're going to lose 30 out of 100 trades. And out of 100, if you take a random sample of 100 trades, you don't know the sequence of wins and losses, right? You don't know what the sequence of wins and losses will look like. If you did, you would avoid the losses, but that's not possible. We don't know the sequence of wins and losses. So what do? You understand that if I follow my rules to the exact T, I'm going to lose 30 out of 100 trades on average. I'm going to lose some trades, but I know most of my trades are going to be winners, right? I could have a losing streak of 4 losing trades and then still be profitable, right? Because I have to look at a larger sample. Just like the casino, guys. Just like the casino. So always keep that in mindset in the back of your head. Like, you want to think like the house. You want to think like the casino. That's what you want to do. Right? That's how you're going to reframe your mindset to think like a profitable trader. So true, bro. Lost express account last week, revenge trading. Gotta minimize those, bro. Amen, bro. If I can learn to walk away, take L's, it would fix 99% of my failures. Caleb, telling you, limit yourself to a few trades a day, so you force yourself to take the best of the best ones, and always just take the trades that align with your rules. That's about it, right? That's all I do. This loss today was a very valid loss. I followed all my criteria for my strategy, all my criteria for my rules that I've been doing over the past, like, literally year and a few months, and it's been performing very, very well, right? There's weeks, I've had weeks where I've been red, and I've had actually 2 months in the entire past 1 year and 3 months that I've been red. 2 months out of those 1 year and 3 months that I've been profitable where it's actually been red. And why? Because it's part of the system. I think I did make a mistake in one of those months, just like a small, like, what's it called? A small revenge trading mistake towards the end of the month, because I'm like, alright, why am I red after like 2 weeks? But alright, Amir, why are you spamming up the goats? Stop spamming the goats. W Amir, but stop spamming the gifts. So what's my strategy in a few words? So the strategy that I use personally is a momentum model that I built myself. Right? It's a trend following momentum strategy. That's all it is. Okay? I wait for a clear trend and I try to cash that next leg up using momentum after a pullback. That's all I do. And I have a specific criteria that I use to identify the direction and understand when it's an A+ time to take a trade in the trend, in the direction. And the rules allow me to play in the direction of the trend and avoid the trend whenever there's no clear direction. And if you guys want me to break it down and go over the strategy, we can go over it, like, in depth. On, for example, the trades we took today, or the trades we took last week. Where is it? This was last week's trade. Like, we've up really, really good, like, last week too. And the week before. I think we made, like, 5.5 this week. Last week we made around, like, 12. No, we made combined 12 from last week and this week. We made 7.7 last week. We made 5.5 this week. I'm sorry. 7.7 2 weeks ago. We made 5.5 last week. And this week, so far, we're down what? We're down 2,000. 2,000 this week. Okay? You see, like, when you play with the big games, big numbers, it's like, it can be very daunting, right? But if you gotta work your way up with it. I didn't trade with this big either. I worked my way up to here. Hey, I would love to go over your strategy. Yes, please. Okay, fire. We'll break it down. What do you think about Microsoft? It's been leaking the Xbox will have Steam on it. That's kind of good news, but I don't know. Market doesn't always react off the news. Remember, it's like you can't be that type. I don't think you can be a news trader like that personally, but that is good news for Microsoft, definitely. So we'll see how that impacts stock. But just to go over it, this is going to be the Thursday's trade last week that we took with the strategy. So the strategy, again, if for those of you guys who are new, it is a momentum trend following strategy. What do you trade, bro? I trade the NASDAQ 100 futures. Unknown. I trade the NASDAQ 100 futures market. That's it. Today, NQ is magnifical. I don't think that is a word, but it was alright. Anyways, the strategy we trade that we've been really, really good with over the past, literally since 2025. Very, very good. very, very good performance, is the momentum trend following strategy that I built myself. Okay, that's what I call it, momentum trend following. I don't have a better name for it yet, but what it is we play in the direction of the trend and we take advantage of momentum. Okay, when there's strong moves in the direction of the trend, we take our piece of the pie and run with it. That's what we do. Okay, we identify a clear trend in one direction, we wait for a pullback, and we try to cash that next leg up. For example, this green move. That's the move that we're going to be taking. This piece right here. Okay, we want to snatch this piece of the pie, and that's it. How do we do this? With initially, first we have to identify the direction before we even think about entering. How are we able to identify whether it's a good time to play in the market or which direction we should be playing? Okay, this is why I've built the 3-point criteria, which helps us identify which direction the market is moving and which direction has strength. Okay, the best way to do that is the 3-point criteria. I call it the bias formation checklist. Helps us play with a bias coming into every single trade, which is how we play in the direction of the trend, right? We have to have a bias. Why? Because we're playing in directional markets, meaning we have to lean towards one side than another because we have strength on one side over the other. So the bias checklist is a 3-point checklist. The first criteria for the bias formation checklist is the moving average line. Okay, what is the 200 moving average, simple moving average doing? Okay, there's no reason why I specifically use simple moving average. I just found that it ends up showing the price cleaner, showing the moving average line cleaner, so I use that. So what is the 200 simple moving average doing? The 200 SMA. Okay, why is this important, you may ask? Maybe like, oh, Oro, why do you trade off of support and resistance moving average line? Oh, this is not, I don't treat it as like a regular moving average line. We don't treat it like support and resistance. We treat this as a way to categorize the recent price action and tell us what direction is it trying to go. Where direction is it trying to go? If this moving average line is sloping up, what does that tell us? That tells us that the recent price action over the past like 200 candles from, like, for example, this point going back is over here. And if this is continuously going higher, that means the averages of the past 200 candles are going higher and higher. When the averages of the past 200 candles as new candles are forming are going higher and higher, that means that bruh. How did I get banned again? What did I say? Could it be? Could it be because the casinos, or could it be how much money I was talking how much money we made? No, it's actually like I don't get it. No, they're literally hating. Alright, we just sent the appeal. Let's see if we get approved within like a few minutes or not. Let's see. I just submitted the appeal. Should give us some results in like... Yeah, we didn't. I'm literally saying the same things. I don't know. Maybe it's the casino thing that I said, but bro, it's like a good analogy to give. I wanted to like talk about it. But let's see. Let's give like a few minutes. Let's see what it says. Let's see, do we get approved? Right, no update yet. I did get a message, live access restored 2 minutes ago for some reason, but it's not restored. We're gonna give it like a few minutes. If it's still not there, I'm probably gonna wrap up